Well, good morning. I was going to take a little video of what I'm going to do today, which is go get a new exhaust system put on a car that has its original mufflers anyway. Some of the exhaust has been patched on, but it's a 1966 GT Fastback with 1966 Ford mufflers on it. Is that crazy or what? I get cars like that from time to time that just been owned by preservation-minded owners, lived a good life, and still have original components they shouldn't. So let's turn on the lights in here so we can see. And yeah, I'll show you real quick what's in here. Let me flip this camera around. See if I know how to do this. Okay, there we go. So let's just go through what's in the hangar real quick. That's a 67 GTA convertible. These cars, there are no clones in this building, by the way. Everything you see is a factory car as presented. This is a 1968 J-Code GT Fastback. Gorgeous car. Another J-Code 4-speed Fastback. It's gorgeous too. This is a 64 fuel-injected Corvette. That's a fast little car right there. That's a K-Code, 1966 K-Code. Two-owner car, very impressive. Talk about your preservation-minded owners. That's a Shelby GT 500. There's Molly Bell, my 49 Plymouth Special Deluxe convertible. The grandkids say I can never sell Molly Bell. That's a 73 and a half Porsche T. And yeah, that little car is fun. There's my modern day hot rod. That little car will absolutely fly. Really incredible experience behind the wheel. There's my 240Zs. The white one on the far side is an unrestored one-owner car purchased from the widow of the original owner, and the yellow one is restored. They're both 72 models. That's a 66 GT 4-speed full option convertible. Nice driving car. Here's the hot rod of the early 50s, and I've got it charging, batteries in the trunk. So it's a resto mod. It looks very original, but that's a fabulous modern day car. Original paint on that one up there. Original paint on this right here. This is your first ever 6-cylinder Jeep. So this is still a Willys. This is the early Jeep, 1966, first year ever that you could get the V6. And let me tell you something, the V6 makes a difference. This is a 70 Corvette. Nice little car. And that is the car that I'm going to be getting new exhaust on. That's the 1966 GT 4-speed Fastback, and it's a fabulous car. Now, what's interesting about putting exhaust on cars for me is that I actually traveled to East Texas to do that. And the reason I traveled to East Texas to do that is in East Texas, there's an old school exhaust guy. And he's fantastic at what he does, but there are other old school exhaust guys or guys, modern day exhaust guys that could do good work here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But this particular fellow lives 2 miles from my folks, which are in East Texas, and I want to go see my folks. So over the years, many, many times I'll load cars up, and in this case, it's going to be that red GT Fastback you see behind me. I'll load a car up, take it with me, and get some exhaust work done. You know, 2 birds with 1 stone. Get to see my parents who are 90 years old, still live in their own home. Dad is the reason I'm a car guy. He still has 1 vintage vehicle left. He's scaled down to 1 now, but they're 90 years old and they're doing good. And I'm looking forward to seeing them. And yeah, I'll get some exhaust work done. And so I'm going to take you on this journey, and we'll fire this up in a minute, and you'll hear it sounds fantastic already. It's got a happy little 289. It's got the original motor, but it's been breathed on a little bit. So yeah, it's an exciting little car, but it'll get a brand new system, and that probably will last the rest of its days. And I'm looking forward to doing it. So if you'd like to come along, then come along. Okay, the sun is up. It's gorgeous. I'm about to load this car, but before I load it, let's take a look at this engine. And you probably know, you're looking at a Hall of Fame engine, the little 289. It just made its mark. And they're lovely, powerful little motors and a joy to live with. Just a great little engine. Oh, we're going to do a cold start here. And by the way, let's talk about cold starts for a second, because I have to laugh. So many guys, they come over here and they touch the valve cover, or they touch the exhaust manifold, or they touch something, the radiator. I've even seen them touch the rear exhaust pipe and tell you they're doing a cold start. That's no proof of anything. The only true proof of a cold start is when they get one of these little infrared thermometers here, and let's say they put it right there on the exhaust manifold right here. Okay, so we've got let's see, a 68 degree reading, 68.9 degree reading on the exhaust manifold. That's a cold start. And so let's do that cold start real quick. I love the interior of this car. I just love the details. Ford really got it right. This one has a lot of options. And you can see it is, of course, it's a GT with fog lights. It's got the rally pack. It's got the deluxe wood wheel. It's a factory wheel, and typically a factory wheel is going to have a little chunk missing, and typically right there, I don't know why. And it's a 4-speed car. And I got my little fire extinguisher, and so let's start it up. Pump it twice. Got a little cam. She likes to rev. So it's cold at the moment, but it'll warm up and settle down and run real nice. Listen to that exhaust. Oh yeah. All right, let's put it in the trailer. Okay, we're about ready to leave. Here's another cool one. My neighbors have some very cool airplanes. I particularly like the color scheme on this one. That is cool. Well, we're about ready to go, but here comes my neighbor in one of his cool airplanes. He's got some nice ones. This one is cool. He's got one I like even more than this. This is a cool old Warbird. Got to give them a lot of room when they're coming in. That is cool. Wow. there's some toys that are more fun in the air, and that's one of them. Been on the road a little while, driving through the Dallas-Fort Worth traffic, never fun, but now we're in the beginning of East Texas, and that's where my folks live, and they've lived off this road. That's where his friends lived. They've moved on. They lived on this road for the last, almost 30 years. Had a nice retirement out here. They're both 90 years old. And show those cattle. Look at the beautiful longhorn cattle. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. You missed those long. Well, you might have got to go. I can't see it in the window. So anyway, we made it, and we're going to stop and visit with Mom and Dad. We're looking forward to getting up and going to church. It's Easter Sunday with my 90-year-old parents, and I believe my sister and brother-in-law are going to be here as well. So it's going to be a good family time. We've had countless good family times out here, and going to have another one today. And it's Easter, our favorite holiday of the year. He has risen, and that gives us great hope, great joy. Happy Easter. So we're at my mom and dad's place, and this white picket fence, my dad's managed to keep that thing in great shape for almost 30 years. I've helped him replace a few boards over the years, but yeah, it still looks good. And this place, like I said, been the gathering spot for family for many years, and it's been a blessing, a real blessing. Mom and Dad are inside waiting on us. Yep, I want it to sound just that good, but be in a little bit better condition. Okay, before we put brand new exhaust, let me show you something that's super cool on this car. This car is wearing the mufflers that were put on it by Ford when it was made. That's a 1965 date code on that muffler, both of them. I've only seen that twice in all the years I've been messing with these Mustangs, but there it is, original mufflers. There's the original system there, or some of it's original. The car's cold, but it sounds good. So the system is original from that weld to that weld right there. Factory pipes. Very cool. Okay, so I'm back with the car. This is a cold start. We're going to hear the fresh exhaust. It'll sound like the exhaust that was on there before because it was not that bad. So let me fire it up. I got to squeeze in. I got to quit eating barbecue. It's getting harder and harder to do this. Use something to protect your paint when you have a tight. In a minute, we're gonna go on a test drive of this video, but first I'm gonna eat some more barbecue.